All right, so welcome back into another Dragon Ball Super card game video. Took a little bit of break there. My birthday happened. I got a new mic. There's no particular reason why I did, but the main reason is because I was gifted a preamp and I was like, well, might as well upgrade my 3-year-old microphone and just have one for a lifetime. So hopefully this one is the permanent one until the rest of my life. Oh, and for those who are getting into content creation, or for those who are already in it and just been doing it for a while, no amount of quality or equipment or anything else like that is going to make you a good content creator. Always focus on the content and be consistent with it, which is the two things that I usually never do. So please take my advice. Anyway, we're gonna go through 7 more rulings you should know in the June 2021 format, and most of these are going to be kind of review some of the other ones that you may have seen before, but overall I think they're all really good things to know going into the June 2021 and maybe even further than that before set 14. All right, so this is a bit of a tricky one for the first one. This is Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta at full power versus Heroine's lineage. And basically the interaction here is that you're taking the Vegeta with Heroine's lineage, the activate battle of 7 or less if your opponent has 3 or more energy, which of course they're gonna have that since they're using the EX Evolve. And then the second auto for Vegeta, in which when this card is removed from your battle area from opponent's skill, place 1 card of your opponent's life into the drop area. So the thing about this, and the too long didn't watch, is when you take it with Heroine's lineage, the opponent crits a life. And the reason for that is kind of the same thing for the Q&A at the bottom here, where it says, why does the Time Ruler Toa player get to resolve the auto of the Broly when taking control of or by Time Ruler Toa, which I think the Broly says KO something, or I forget. It just means an auto, right? And they say when the Broly says, or the Broly auto, when this card is removed from a battle area, does not go into pending until Toa's ability resolves. Then, since the Toa is now the master of the card, they are the master of the auto skill as well. The general rules of 435 state that the master of the auto is the master of the card which has that skill, or the master effect generating that skill. So what happens, which I might be wrong for some of the timing, is that when you do take it with the activate battle, the auto procs off immediately after that, and it checks what it's doing right after that. So it's saying, okay, I am now removed from the battle area, and now I'm going to go ahead and place a life out of the opponents into the drop area. And when it does that, it has to check who actually owns the card, because you're taking control of it. The person who activated the Heroine's lineage now gets to use that auto and crit that life for them. So hopefully that kind of clears some stuff up. King Vegeta is really good. People are kind of leaning towards not playing the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta because of this. Anybody can really run Heroine's lineage if they have that card of choice. I think Super Saiyan Vegeta is probably to be ran as a 2 of maybe at the very most, and maybe even a sidebar card against a lot of battle card heavy decks. But there you go. Okay, now we're gonna go into some more game control stuff. I think this is Dark King Mechaavora versus Ginyu. And basically the Dark King Mechaavora says if your opponent has 4 or more cards in the warp, you warp all their battle cards and you get to play 2 of their battle cards in the warp for 7 or less and negate the skills for the game. And you can't play battle cards afterwards, but that's kind of an extra thing to remember for Ginyu. But for Ginyu, if you use the activate main to choose 1 battle card, you gain control from your opponent by 1 of their card skills. You get to place in the drop area and then play this card for free. And there's 2 things here. So the first one is you can't play black battle cards for the rest of the turn. That's just easy reading comprehension. I don't think most Dragon Ball players have that. So that's just a good reminder for you. The second part of this is that the card specifically states that you're playing it from their warp. So you're not really gaining control of anything, because if you look at the Q&A at the bottom, it says, what does it mean to gain control of a card? And gaining control of a card refers to moving a selected battle card from your opponent's battle area to your own. And cards that you control do not change position, retaining the effects on them. Wait, are you sure? Heron's lineage. It can be used for attacks and combos. Oh, they do retain the effects. Oh, okay. Can be used to attack and combos as if it's one of your battle cards. So basically that is just a reminder of, like, if you are taking control of something, it has to be something like Heron's lineage or the baby Sadude, which this is where the Sadul, I think, which is where this Q&A is coming from. All right, moving on. So this one is pretty interesting. So the thing about this is that there's some complications when it came to the Galactic Buster of paying 0 costs. You loot a card as a Bojack Brigade, or a mono blue card, which can be any mono blue leader. And then you choose one mono blue battle card and energy cost or combo cost of 1 in your energy, draw 1 card, and then you're choosing card in the combo. If it's your opponent's turn, you use a combo with a skill, and this card from the energy from your drop area at the end of the battle, switch one of your energy to rest mode. You can't activate the battle skill of this thing for the rest of the turn. And then Bojack, the evil doer, says pay 2 at the end of the battle, which this card is combo from your hand to your energy. You may play this card from your drop area, and when it's played, you get to choose 1 and bottom deck it. So on the left here, I think David Fashburger, yeah. We finally have confirmation from the development team directly in regards to the Galactic Buster. You can use the energy to pay the skills for skills such as Bido's the Evil Doer first auto, which is basically the same thing as the Bojack. I'm pretty sure. I've read both of the cards. And the Galactic Buster's effect is not completed via rules processing. So as it's going for the Galactic into the Bojack or into the Bido, it doesn't complete, and you can actually use the card in order to pay the energy and to go through everything. And Cody here, hopefully he doesn't mind. He doesn't even know I'm using this from the Facebook group, but it says powers trigger and pay costs at the ruling. Buster resolves at the other ruling. And yes, you can in fact use Buster, tap out for the dudes, and not rest a card for Buster, which is an energy, that is. For further clarification, this is from Darwin, which is another person, usually he's not even a judge, but love him to death. He stated that three energy in total, 2 open and 1 tap with the 4-drop. Buster for 0, you combo the 4-drop and place the Buster in energy. Now you have 3 open energy. The checkpoint goes into the Brigade or into the Bojack, and then tap 2. Well, I guess that's one and the same. Tap 2 energy for it, and then you have 1 open energy, and then you resolve the rest of the autos, which is the second auto there. And then you reference the other part of that. So if I got anything wrong there, just read the official judge screenshot here, and you'll have your answer for the future. All right, moving on to Piccolo Erratic piece. So this is just another thing about Alliance. I've played against a lot of different people, either me playing Piccolo Jr. online or in person, or me playing against them. Usually I always go for the Alliance target if they don't. So the thing is that Alliance is an auto, or at least resolves within. The thing is that Alliance is an auto, or considered an auto, and it resolves within the auto timing. And what happens is that when you swing, you have to resolve Alliance, as in tapping down a red or green card, and then you get the effect afterwards. The thing about it is that when you use Shocking Death Ball to KO something within the counter step, which is right before the auto step, then you have to choose the Alliance target, not the Piccolo, because the Piccolo, just like with any auto, is now pending. And if you meet the requirements in tapping down the Alliance targets, then you are able to use the effects of drawing 2 and burning a life. So if you don't do that, or something to remember is to always KO something within the counter step that they're actually tapping down, and not the Piccolo itself. And this can be within any Alliance. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay, next up is King Vegeta's Imposing Presence. This one is the minus 10k when they attack, knowing barrier, and then they can't attack unless they minus 5k for the turn each time. Basically, what this is kind of a reminder for any of the 1-drops that you swing and you take a life and it gains the 10k. When you do swing, you have to minus the 5k first before you add the auto because that's a requirement for imposing presence. So just as a reminder, if you're already at a 5k base and nothing is boosting it as far as a permanent, you have to minus it and it goes directly to drop because of game processing and game mechanics. All right, moving on to Salsa's auto. This is pretty quick for Mechaavora. The thing about his secondary auto is that when you attack, the opponent chooses one battle card in the drop area and then sends it to warp. Then draw one card if you can't, and you can't activate auto skill copies for the duration of the turn. And that also is both autos. I always forget that. That's my bad because I misplayed, for those who remember. But this is the type of thing where the semicolon doesn't equal the cost of what you're doing. So something that's similar to this is the activate skills, in which I think autos are the same thing. I think they put up an article or like an update on the official website in which it says that they're described on the text in the following formats of activate main skill, cost, colon, and then the effect. So anything, the text before the colon is the skill necessary to activate the activate skill, and the following text is the actual effect of the skill. This is very common as far as confusion when it comes down to effects and as well as the cost. When you see a colon, that's generally meaning something where you would actually need that effect. You just need to read where the colon is and what the effect is, or the cost is, and the effect afterwards. In this certain case, you don't actually need to resolve the one battle card, even though it doesn't say up to one. That would probably be easier for most people. The semicolon is just to separate the two effects, in which it basically says and draw one card. I think they just did this for the sake of saving words on the card, but I mean, there's 3 paragraphs on this thing, so I don't know why they did that. Okay, lastly, it's just a reminder on blocking timing. Back in the day, we had our wonderful Judge Manny on our team, and he is doing wonderfully well, hopefully, with his family. But I'm sure he's watching this, and the thing about it is that it's always good to remember the blocker auto timing, and as well as where that kind of breaks down. And finally, for the last sort of ruling or reminder is the blocker timing. And I made this flowchart way back when, and I actually do think this is, because you can tell at the bottom right, it says Huragan, but I think this still holds pretty much the truth for everything. And I remember me and Judge Manny, I think, pretty much went through this. Shout out to him. He was a previous team member who's probably watching this video, where we have the counter timing, the auto effects, resolving and going into pending, and as well as the blocker turn player combo timing, and then the defensive player combo timing, and then a couple of things at the bottom right for different scenarios. And I think overall this is pretty much the same thing, since not very many things in the game has really mechanically changed. So if I do have anything wrong here, please let me know in the comments below. Let's make this a community effort, and if you want to add some rulings or at least some rule book references in the comments below, let me know. All right, that is it. So let me know in the comments below what you think, what other videos that you want me to make. I probably got some videos about jank and other things like that coming up, but don't be shy. Say some stuff. Say that you don't like how I say things or explain things or whatever it may be. Subscribe if you're new. Most likely the next ruling video will be a compilation of all the community stuff that's from Facebook, and as well as the Discord and any of the things that I've seen in the comments below as well. So definitely help me out with that, and maybe I can get someone on who is a judge, a reputable judge, and if anything, and we can get that going. If anything, I will see you in the next one.